What's going on, guys? NoSlack Novak here, and I'm showing you a little bit of what's new in SimAirport. Now, I might turn this into a series, and I might not. I am not convinced yet that this is going to be an extended series. I just really want to take a look to see what kind of new stuff that they've done on SimAirport in the month or two that I've been away from the game. Now, I was looking around a little bit, and I've noticed that there are a ton of options, and they've also done a really good job here of actually categorizing what there is here. Right now we're on the Alt tab, but let's go ahead and look into decor. A lot of these bushes I remember from previous versions of the game, but they did add a few awesome little fountain displays, which I really enjoy, and I was kind of worried too, because I thought maybe initially these fountain displays would be outdoor only. But if you hover over them, it actually shows you down there at the bottom that they're indoor only, which is really nice because that'll give us a lot of options to make our in the interior of our prison very nice. We can line the fountains. We do a little bit of decorations here with some of these decorative bushes, and then adding the fountain pieces will make it very nice. And I'm sure that it'll improve the environment for our passengers too. Now let's go, and another category that they've done a really good job with improving on is the retail. I do remember the bar was added in towards the end of when I was playing the last SimAirport series, but they've also added in this coffee kiosk, the dessert kiosk. They have health food kiosks here, and as well as the snack kiosks, which, I was just actually at the airport when I was dropping my daughter off. Well, picking her up and dropping her off, and they have a ton of these snack kiosks around the airports here in Chicago. So I really like this. This gives a lot of good options for possibly feeding our guests and kind of having a little bit of a nice variety. We could actually do a little food court area, which we weren't really able to do in previous versions. I know that they have the cafes and all that stuff, but it seems like these kiosks here will actually do a pretty good job of simulating some sort of a food court. They've added a few runways too. They have now a large, medium, and small, which I'm not quite sure what the benefits of each one would be. My guess is that the larger airplanes, the 747s, things of that nature, the airplanes that hold 500 passengers, they're going to need the large runway in order to be able to land. I'm guessing they need the large runway as well as the extra large aircraft gate. If that's not the case, then I'm not quite sure why having large and medium would be beneficial. One is almost twice as much as the other. And I'm pretty sure that that's just going to be the case, where the larger planes will not be able to land unless you have the large runway. If you guys have played this and know better than me, let me know in the comments if that's the case or not. Now over here in operations, we still have the bag scanners. Everything is pretty much the same, except... Actually, you know what? No, I'm in the wrong category. Everything here is the same. Everything that they have here in the ops category was in the last version that I actually played. Now, what did change? They added a few extra seats here, which I really like. The ability to have your standard, 4-seat benches. They have the two versions that were in the game. But they've also actually added this 2-seat as well as the 3-seat option, so that's nice. Going to comfort, it's pretty much the same. The toilets, the urinals, those were all in the game the last time as well. Now, what I was talking about earlier, they did add these baggage hubs, which are pretty interesting. What these will do is actually sort your luggage, which seems... Let's see, so here we have two incoming, 2 outgoing, which I'm not quite sure what the H and the R stand for. Over here we have the same thing, just doubled up pretty much, 4 H's, 4 R's. Then over here we have some sort of a specialty hub where it just kind of gives you a little bit of a variety, I guess. But I'm not quite sure... I was assuming that it was going to be like a color-coded type thing where you could maybe make one baggage carousel, one color. You could have like red, green, blue, and then kind of connect them that way. I'm not sure why they would sort. I guess you could have some of these baggage depots, if you have maybe like a 10-gate airport, you could have maybe 3 or 4 of the baggage depots, and then you could kind of have your baggage carousel in different areas of the airport. And you could sort it that way. Me personally, I like just having the baggage carousel all in one area, located pretty centrally to the exit of the airport. So it seems to me like the routing might not be something that's important in my airports, but I could see why it would be important. Nice to have little variety in other people's airports. However, enough talk. Let's go ahead and actually start building a little bit. what I want to do, and as you guys can see, we're on the stock SimAirport layout here that they give you right when you load into a new game. And actually, what I'm gonna do, let's actually do a new game. We're gonna do career mode. I don't want to mess with the finances too much. I want to try to have a successful airport here from the start. We'll just do a large map. Not gonna go too crazy. This is our first time back playing this game in about 2 months. I'm sure there's some things that I've forgotten. There's some things that have been changed. So we're just gonna do a large map. We do not want to start from scratch because I feel like they don't give you enough money to really start from scratch. Plus, it would just take a long time to have our workers building everything from the ground up. Let's go ahead and start a new game. We'll get the 249,975. Looks like we lost 25 bucks right off the bat with some sort of bus service, which is a little interesting. And then they've also added, this wasn't in the game. They've showed a little bit of the models and everything, but now they have the light rail in here too, which is nice because it can fit 150 people. And I'm sure it'll eliminate a lot of traffic from the buses and everything that used to come down here and pretty much wreak havoc, not being able to load and unload those guys fast enough. However, let's go ahead and get started here. Now, the bus is coming in, and I'm assuming that the bus is going to be bringing in our workers. Maybe, maybe not. We just see these guys coming in here, and I do remember that the gate agent, or not the gate agent, the ID check stand, the bag scanner, as well as the metal detector all need to be staffed with security now, which I like. It's pretty realistic. We have our 2 staff members over here manning the ticketing desk. And you know what? Let's go ahead and start getting this ready to have some people come into our airport. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pause the game. We are going to do, and it's going to take me a little second here to remember where everything is that we need. Operations. I want to do a ticketing kiosks, just one. Not going to go too crazy. Just going to do 1 ticketing kiosk, and we could do something, oh, I don't know. Let's do this bad boy over here. Because let's see, we can do 1, 2, gap, 1, 2, gap. So we could do maybe ticketing kiosk over here, and then maybe like another one over there. We're going to have to do the queues as well. And what I do always, if you guys remember the last 2 series, I like to extend this security zone over here. So what we're going to do, we are going to actually demolish. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we could do this prison architect style. We are going to extend the foundation, which is right here. And let's go ahead and do something like, is that going to cost us a lot? It's going to cost us 55,000. And then I do want to do to where they can exit. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. I know it's going to cost us a pretty penny, but hey, I think it's going to be good for us in the long run. And then we'll just have them come out here and pop out into the baggage claim area. So they are deconstructing the walls, which is actually something that we want them to do right now. And then they should go get their stuff from the delivery zone, right? Looks like, yeah, stuff got dropped off at the delivery zone. Nice. They're going to come over here, and they're going to start building these walls and the flooring. Okay, they're going to deliver the stuff. They're going to deliver it, but they're not actually going to build it. Not yet. And then what I think we're going to do is we're going to have the little pop-out entrance here to the baggage claim area. We're going to have a little tunnel going through here, and then they'll be able to exit the terminal through that little tunnel. And then the security will just be able to be expanded a little bit, and we'll be able to fit, I'm guessing, 3, maybe 4 bag scanners in here, which we're not going to need too many, especially not at the start, because I think we're only going to be trying to add 1, maybe 2 more gates. And before we do that, I need to remember, we need to add the, I want to say it's the CFO, right? Because we want to unlock pricing. That is going to be huge for us. So we do need a CFO, and we do need a CFO office. Now, the offices, do they need to be a certain size? I do not remember. CFO office, let's see, office, doesn't say that it needs to be any sort of certain size. But let's go ahead. We're going to do a foundation, and I think let's go ahead and build it. Actually, no, you know what? We're not going to expand the foundation. We're just going to go ahead and do the walls. Which, the walls, where do we find the walls? There we go, bam. Let's go ahead and put this guy I don't want to give him too large of an office. We'll do something like that, and then maybe we could squeeze in a office over there. Now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get rid of the ticketing over here. We'll actually get rid of ticketing throughout there, and then we'll create this as an office space. We're obviously gonna have to give him a door as well, right? I'm pretty sure that's gonna be in the operations. Door, yes. We're gonna throw the door right there. And the office needs a office desk, office chair, and an enclosed space, which the door will provide. We'll do the office desk, which is right here. Let's go ahead and rotate that guy. So we'll do something like that. We'll give him the office chair right. Let's do it right there. And should be good. Should be a fully functioning office here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and hire the CFO. Which we actually can't do. We have to research it first, right? Let's go ahead and do that. Researching finance. Took $6 grand from us to research that, and then we can actually build out the walls that we're gonna need over here. A lot of flooring looks like was added too, which is actually quite nice. This is something I overlooked when I kind of looked at this before I started recording. A lot of carpet additions. Interesting stone additions here too. This is kind of interesting. I kind of like that. Looks like a more of a rubber kind of tile you would put in a kitchen or something. A lot of wood was added too. Nice, nice. Lots of additions. And the windows are still in the game, so that's good too. So we're going to have a 2 little gap right there. We're going to come over here. This is going to be our little like exit area. And then we could actually remove that wall there as well. Let's scroll all the way back up here, and we're going to clear out this little wall right. Do we want to clear that, or do we want to demolish that? I think clearing will work just fine. And then that will be our secured area there. And I really dislike how they do these restrooms. They pretty much took their initial one, and then once they added the male-female option, they just kind of lazily just split them apart. But hey, you know what? Oh well. Now, let's see, how are we going to do this? Let's go ahead and zone more security area over here. So I think we're going to have our security do something like that right there. Should be enough. And then I want to... Let's go ahead and dismantle that. Let's go ahead and dismantle that as well. And it should just make it to where... we can... You know what, I kind of... we'll leave that right there. Objects, bag scanner. Can't push it up there. We're gonna put this guy over here, and then you know what? Let's go ahead and do a second one. And then we're gonna do the 2 metal detectors. And I just want 2 to start off because even though we're not gonna have that many flights coming in, it's just gonna kind of alleviate some of the bottlenecking, which I'm sure will happen. If not with our first gate, it'll definitely happen with the second gate. Now we have the metal detector over here. And now let's make sure that we actually rotate this bad boy the right way. There we go. That's the direction we want it facing. And we're going to put that guy right there. And I think we're going to be pretty good. Let's install those. We have the bag scanner and we have the metal detector. Boom. So we're good. Warning should go away. And actually this should go away. No, this isn't going to go away because we don't have the security gates down here. Which, security exit. I want to say, do we have anything else as far as like security entrance exits, security doors, or anything like that? Does not look like it. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to do the security exits. We're going to rotate those guys, put a couple right there, and then also we're going to put a couple right there. And yes, the security warning went away, so we're good. We actually have a secured area, and we should be fine. Now, I do want to add in the baggage carousel as well as the conveyor system and the routing station and all that, just because I don't want my staff to actually be going around on the golf carts kind of aimlessly, and that just takes too long. It's going to cause delays, cause problems. So let's go ahead and add that. Utilities. We are going to do 1 baggage carousel just for now. Should be enough. And these guys are going to pop out of here once they leave the terminal, and we can have them come in here. I feel like let's give them, okay, if we do one here, we could do another one here, and then, you know what? we are going to give them a little bit of space because we can always expand, and we'll just do something like that. Give them the 1. We're going to need to do the conveyor lines over here with the ticketing desks, right? Which we can stick right behind the ticketing desks, which is good. I want to do the baggage depot, which I want to say the baggage depot still has to be attached to a... Okay, it can actually be over here, so that's nice. Has to be somewhat attached to the road, so this is the lowest we could possibly go with it, because it has to be at least like 1 tile away or somewhat attached to that tarmac right there. Let's do... let's rotate it. One will come in that way, one will go out that way. So I think we actually... I think we want to do something like this, and then we could just run it straight, which just is a little ridiculous, but you know what, let's do that. We're going to do the conveyor line. It's going to come from here, which it's going to go up. This is a little interesting. What does the H stand for? Not really sure what the H means, but we're going to do the conveyor, and this should work. Why are we not able to connect it right there? You know what, we're going to leave that there, and then once they build that, we'll hope that we can connect it, because I understand that this is blue and this is blue, but this is actually leaving. So this makes me think that the luggage will leave. Well, let's read some of these things. Requires connection from an upstream hub to support loading baggage. So it has to be connected to a hub, huh? That's kind of interesting. Let's actually let's pause, and I want to cancel. Let's go back over here. That didn't work. Can we do this? Cancel project. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm guessing we actually need a hub, which is kind of interesting. Utilities. Let's do the smallest hub then. Which right here, small hub. Now, is this something that has to be outside or inside? Sorts and routes incoming baggage downstream to other endpoints, including other hubs, 4 ports. Sorts and routes incoming baggage. Okay. Incoming. So it doesn't say anything about outgoing. Interesting. Okay. Now, so this is something that we can do outside. Let's go ahead. I guess we'll do something like this. Let's see, how should we do this? And I'm not sure how... Okay, so the blue from the conveyor is going to be attached to the blue of the hub. But then, seems like the blue for the routing station is going to then go towards the... No, let's do that. We're going to install that over there. Let's go ahead and fast forward. They're going to start building this here pretty soon. Under construction. And this looks like... Is that finished? Okay. This is going to be interesting. Can we do something like this? Why are we not able to connect that right there? Requires connection from an upstream hub. Yes, I know this. Then I want you to actually see, and this we're gonna have to do a little bit of spaghetti stuff over here. What color was this? This is pink. Alright. So maybe it's the pink that has to be... I mean, it makes sense. Pink connected to pink, blue connected to blue. That makes sense. However, the arrows, the way that the arrows are set up, that really doesn't make sense. So I'm taking... Let's go ahead and do something like this. And then we'll actually demolish this over here, because that is not necessary whatsoever. And we can just go ahead and do something like that. Okay, why isn't it then letting me do that? And why is that green then? That is neither pink or blue. This is kind of interesting. A little frustrating. Not quite sure what they're going with this color-coded weird arrow system. Go ahead and finish the construction there, even though that might not be working whatsoever. None of those security warnings have gone away either. But we do need a hangar and a baggage car. That is something that makes sense. And it requires at least one gate to be assigned. Which, yeah, that makes sense. So let's assign that to this gate right here. That'll actually close out one of the... And that's actually nice. I like that. The fact that we can assign gates to these baggage depots now. Let's see. Can we assign that to anything else? Maybe a conveyor? No. Doesn't look like we can. Let's check this out then. So we have the blue here, right? Blue's going to be connected to blue. I wonder... So we can't connect that. And we can't... Okay, that can't be connected either. Interesting. Let's cancel that. So how is this going to work? As of right now, there's no way for luggage to get in, which I would have thought... Can we do this? Is this going to work? No, that's not going to work either. That's kind of... That is crazy. You know what? I mean, I'm just not understanding how they want this to work. Let's see. Requires at least one functional hangar. Yeah, that has nothing to do with the system. Requires connection to a downstream hub to support unloading baggage. Baggage hub, baggage hub, baggage hub. What's this here? So we have pink and blue. Here we still have pink and blue, and here we also have pink and blue. So the color is not, they don't change depending on the hub that you get. So again, I would like to know what the H and the R stand for. Not quite sure what the point of that is. I'm sure it's something easy that I'm just not understanding right now. But let's check this out. Let's try to figure this stuff out. So I feel like that should work. We should be able to have the connection there. Not quite sure why that isn't working. And I'm pretty sure that's not going to work. And, okay, we're going to cancel all of these. So let's see, the conveyor, we can't connect that either. That's not connectable. That's not connectable. This isn't going to be connectable either if we do the blue to this conveyor system over here. Interesting. Okay, so I think I did a little bit of digging online, and I think I figured out the solution to this. You are actually not allowed to, so I kind of have this set up in a really bad spot. However, you know what we're going to do? We're going to delete this whole conveyor system. It no longer works anything like how it worked in the past. You can't just connect the ticketing desks to the baggage depot and the baggage depot to the carousel with the conveyor. You now have to do a whole bunch of kind of crazy funky stuff, so we're gonna have to dismantle this baggage hub actually. And then, okay, we want to delete that as well. Let's go ahead and sell those supplies. So they're removing these carousels, and then you know what? This still might not work, but I think it will. But we will see. Go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff for me, please. Looks like they're still doing a little bit of construction, which I meant to get rid of. So we have the baggage hub. What we're actually going to do, we're going to do something like this. And I kind of wish that they would have these spaced off a little bit better then. Let's go ahead and dismantle that ticketing desk. Good. Let's go ahead and add back in the ticketing desk. We're going to put that guy... Let's see, where are we? Ticketing desk. Go ahead and get out of my way there. We're going to go ahead and put that guy right there. Fast forward, get this done over with as soon as possible. We're going to do the hub just above that, so we're going to need to go into utilities, We're gonna do the hub like so. And then we're gonna connect these the blue here to the blue. And then I feel like we're gonna need yet another. So that should work there. That should work there. We are then gonna connect one of these pink lines over here to our routing station, which that should work because that is then gonna go into the baggage routing station. And then we cannot oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. Okay. For this, we're gonna need another baggage hub, I think. I'm pretty certain we're gonna need yet another baggage hub, which is kind of crazy. I wonder though, could we have connected this? No, apparently not. So let me make this sure. This guy that I'm looking at some of the frequently asked questions are kind of like a solution thing, and it says here, if I have 4 ticketing desks, do I have to tie them into 4 separate blue arrows? And Arthur over here, I think this is Arthur, one of the developers, he says yes, that is correct. So if you have 4 ticketing desks, they have to be attached to 4 separate blue arrows on the baggage hub. So that makes sense. Then he says there, if I tie a ticketing desk into one blue arrow on a 4-port hub, which is this, the other blue arrow then connects to the baggage depot, which is this right here. And the answer was yes, one connection to the depot, multiple hubs can be connected to. You don't need one connection per incoming, just one per hub. Yes, one connection to the depot. Multiple hubs can be connected. 2. You don't need one connection per incoming, just one per. Okay, that's kind of confusing. And then thus the reverse is true. Pink arrow on the baggage depot must tie into a pink arrow on a baggage hub. Blah, blah, blah. I wonder, are we going to be able to, can we do something like this? No, we can't connect that. Because then I would think, okay, let's connect the pink over here to the pink. 4 ticketing desks, I have to tie 3 into blue arrows. So having 4 ticketing desks, I have to tie 3 into the blue arrows on one 8-port hub and use the 4th arrow as the downstream input. And he says, yes, that is correct. So I'm thinking having this one. Okay, we can't connect that. Let's try to demolish, you know what, let's try to demolish both of those right there, and I want to see if this will actually work. And this is quite, and look, I apologize for this, guys, this is quite boring, and I'm sure it's pretty frustrating for you guys, especially for the ones that actually know how this works. Let's go ahead and let's cancel this project over here. I want to get this done before we do that. Now, I would like to then be able to say that this ticketing desk, see, we can't even connect, so 2 ticketing desks can't be connected, which is absolutely ridiculous. You see it all the time. You go to any airport and you see one airline and they have 20 ticketing desks and they're all connected to the same freaking conveyor belt. The workers just go 2 steps behind them, they throw the luggage on the conveyor belt and it goes into one hub somewhere behind closed doors, which the fact that we now have to have each individual ticketing desk have its own conveyor into a hub is absolutely crazy. That's not how it should work. So what we're gonna have to do is we're actually gonna have to get a bigger hub, which that's gonna cost us quite a bit of money. All right, let's go ahead and dismantle this, and I think we're just gonna go with a large hub then. That'll allow us to expand a little bit in the future. Okay, let's try this then. So we're gonna put this over here. No, we can't place that there. Okay, we need to do a little bit more demolishing. Let's go ahead and knock this stuff out. Oh man, this is quite confusing. I feel like this really wasn't thought out properly, but you know what? Maybe it's just me. So let's go ahead and throw that down there. Let's go ahead and have all of this get demolished too. That's pretty, a little bit of an eyesore right now. Okay, so we should be good. So we're going to be able to connect both of our ticketing desks, and then I still think we're going to need to have one of these going into the blue. Okay, so that got connected. Now, what sucks is we cannot create intersections. So, alright, we can't create intersections. Alright. Let's go ahead and have this one then loop all the way around. And that's pretty ridiculous that it has to do this, because we can't do the intersections. We're going to want to do that right there. And then we're also going to want to have one of these guys do something like this. Let's do this. And that is then going to be connected over here into the actual baggage. So that's going to work there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to demolish this. And then I think once that gets demolished, we will be able to then connect this to the baggage center. We want pink to pink. And what? Let's see. So that pink is going to connect. This pink is then going to be connected to this pink, so that'll connect those two. And then the hub will then be connected from there to there. And I think that's actually going to work. Although this is making an absolute crazy mess of a conveyor belt system, I'm sure there's a much more practical way of doing this. And I'm looking at one of these little, like, I don't know, somebody put a little example of how they set theirs up, and it looks much better than this. However, it is way too confusing and not really something that you could practically do until you're making a lot more money than what we're making right now. That being said, do we have, yes, we have finance researched. We do have pricing open here. However, we do need to hire the CFO, so let's go ahead and do that. While we have the CFO, we can go ahead and actually research the pricing. That's going to allow us to charge a little bit more cash here on the incoming flights, which is something we're absolutely going to need to get back into a hefty profit. Because right now we're down to 89,000 bucks, and we're only losing money, you know, faster and faster. Okay, so this whole little conveyor belt over here is pretty much a waste of space. We don't need any of that. We're going to wait until that gets done. Now this should connect. Beautiful. That did connect. That worked. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of this conveyor system. Bam. That'll get gone. And then we should be good. And you know what? We probably wanted to... I'm thinking we're going to demolish this as well. And we're actually just going to connect it right there. And it won't let us now, of course. Yeah, it won't let us now because we already have a connection right there. But once they go ahead and delete that, we're going to be able to connect the conveyor belt over here into this hub over here, and then we'll have room for one more ticketing desk right there. This is a confusing. This is much harder and much more thinking I'm doing than I wanted to do when I started this video. So, you know what, I mean, with this being said, I'm probably just going to end up making this a little bit of a series then, because I'm putting so much effort into this. Let's go ahead. We're going to connect that right there. So then we have room for one more ticketing desk for future use. I'm not quite sure what we're going to use those two pink hubs over there for, but this is working just fine. And I'm hoping then that if we do another baggage carousel over here, we'll just be able to connect it into the this right here. I'm hoping we don't have to have a whole nother freaking long conveyor belt going from one pink into the other pink over here by the baggage claim. I'm really hoping that that's not something that we're going to have to do. Let's see. So this is not working. Requires at least one functional hangar with baggage car. Yes, we will give you a hangar right now because that is one of the last things that we need to do before we can actually have flights coming in. Structures. Hangar, medium, large. Let's try to do the medium. That's going to be 46,000 bucks. So you know what? We'll just do the small for now. We'll do a small hangar right there. Let's go ahead and fast forward time. Man, this is confusing. Oh, and you know what? I guess we're going to need a refueling truck too. So you know what? No, we're going to cancel that. We're going to do the medium hangar. Structures, medium hangar, because we do need to have a fueling truck. And again, I'm not sure if the fueling truck actually works. Because last time I played this game, the fueling trucks really didn't do anything. However, that was, like I said, about 2 months ago, so I'm expecting them to actually be functional in the game, seeing as how it's 2 months later. This is so much work. Okay, gate agent desk. Let's go ahead and assign that there, which it already is. I know that we still have to do the queues for both ticketing, security, as well as this gate over here. Let's go ahead and assign vehicles. So we're going to do 1 baggage car. We're going to do 1 fuel truck for now, just because we're running out of money. It is 3:40 a.m. I do want to get flights coming in. Let's go ahead and do, let's see. Do we have pricing researched? 66%. That's fine. Can't adjust any of this until that is done. Let's go ahead and go into, that's real-time flight status, no problem. Airline interest, here we go. Aero time. We can accept a morning flight. Embraer 195 is 90 passengers. Bombardier and another Embraer and another. So pretty much just the smaller Boeing. I'd like to be able to get a Boeing 707 or a 737 in. Let's see if any of these airlines have those. They do. Let's do a morning, an afternoon, and we can't do night because we don't have the nighttime stuff added into our runway, which I'm pretty sure we don't have the money for right now anyways. We can upgrade a runway, which will actually just make it, this is a, what is this? I wish it would tell us what it is. I'm pretty sure that's a medium, and then if we do upgrade, it'll actually... Oh, actually, no, okay. Runway lights, 25,000. We don't have the money for this, so we're just going to have to hold off on that for now. We do have 2 flights scheduled. Let's go ahead and do... Okay, we won't do that. A Forward Air. Can we do this one here? Yes. So we can actually schedule a Forward Air here at 4 in the morning. And then this is an afternoon flight, so let's go ahead and schedule that in the afternoon. And we can definitely fit another morning and probably another afternoon flight in there too. So let's go ahead and try to get that done. Morning, Beechcraft, Airbus 320. How much is the 320? 150 passengers. Let's go ahead and accept that one. And we want 1 more afternoon flight. Beechcraft, that is too small. I would like a bigger flight. We already checked both of those. Nothing special there. So Airstar, afternoon, we can accept this one, 737. We've got that. We should have 4 flights coming in. Which one of these? There we go. We're going to push you back as far back as we can. Let's go ahead and extend the time here a little bit. Go back into the morning. And this is kind of... Okay, it does actually tell you the arrival time and the departure time if you hover over it. So that's nice. We can do something like that and like that. And then this one can be extended, hopefully. Good, we can actually extend that one too, just because it actually starts in the afternoon time. So tomorrow we will have 4 flights coming in. Hopefully those 4 flights do make us a little bit of cash, get us back into a larger of a profit. How are we looking? 73% researched. I would like for that to be a little bit more, but I'm not going to get greedy. We are going to do the queues here though. Let's go ahead and expand a queue. We'll have it stop, oh, I don't know, somewhere right there. And we'll do something like that there. We'll have another queue over here. And that should be good because we'll probably eventually add 1 more. You know, we probably want to do that now. And then over here we'll have another. And I do remember now how big of a pain these queues were. Getting them located right in the correct spot just so that they could actually unload quickly into the gate agent and then go straight into the gate. A little bit of a pain in the butt. Let's go in here. We're going to need 1 more operations. We're going to need 1 more, not gate agent desk, but the ID check stand, which is right here. Let's go ahead and rotate that guy. We'll put you right next to your buddy, and then we'll hire 1 more security agent to run that. Actually, we need a couple more, right? We need 1 for the bag scanner. We need 1 more for the metal detector, and then we need 1 more for the ID check stand. Now, these are obviously going to have to be assigned to the queue, which we're just going to have right now for all passengers. We're not going to worry about pleasing first class or anything like that. This gate agent desk can then be assigned to this queue over here. And then we'll assign both of these ticketing desks to this one queue down here. Okay, that is done. Tomorrow, let's go ahead and fast forward. Tomorrow we're going to have these flights coming in. I want to say we're going to have them start coming in at 4 in the morning. Let's double check. Yes, so our first flight, the Forward Air 3116, is going to come in at 4 in the morning, and we'll see how that works out for us. We do have 34,000 bucks. I'm tempted to kind of do a little bit better flooring over here just so it looks a little bit nicer. And then I'm also thinking we probably need to add some basic seating and stuff for these passengers over here. Let's do something like, how much is this? 500, 500. So it's the same regardless of which one we choose. Let's go ahead and give these guys a seating area. We'll scooch this over just a little bit more. We'll do a seat there, maybe a seat there, and then we'll give these guys seats right there. Let's go ahead and make it a little bit appealing. We'll do a garbage bin over. Okay, and the rotation is still a little bit confusing to where you're not sure if that's up or down. I'm sure it doesn't really matter. So we'll do one there. We'll do another one there. We're probably gonna need these close to the restrooms too. So we'll do there, over here, and then in the female restroom we'll do it right over here. 6:19 flight should be coming in here somewhat soon relative to the game time. ATMs I believe still work. Let's go ahead and stick an ATM over here in the corner. Let's give them some place to eat, something that they're going to be able to actually come in and eat. We can do a vending machine, which has worked for us in the past. We can do that right there, and then let's give them a, I don't know, let's do the snack kiosk. We'll try to do that over here somewhere near the gate. So maybe these guys, once they come in, maybe we could do that over here. Or maybe we should do it over here, that way both people leaving and coming in could actually use this. And ideally I'd like to maybe put that down here, but I'm not going to spend money on expanding the foundation. So we're just going to put that guy right there, and then hope that both passengers coming and going both visit there. And I'm sure either the employees are going to come actually with the snack kiosks, or we're going to have to actually hire some more employees to work there. Okay, we got 2 that came with it. So that's good. And I'm thinking this queue is a little bit off too. I'm thinking we probably should have gotten rid of this and started it over here, but we'll figure that out here in a little bit. Fast forward time. I just want to see these flights come in. We did all this work having it come in. Okay, so pricing is complete. So we are actually going to raise our pricing. I'm thinking per flight we're going to charge, let's say 800, and then we're going to do $40 per passenger. That should net us a decent little chunk of change, and we're already down to 4,840 bucks. However, you know what? We probably need another staff member too, because we don't have the. Well, actually, no. The baggage claim and everything is working, so we don't need staff that is going to actually deliver the baggage with their golf carts. Baggage claim should be working. The baggage depot should be working, and it's okay, interesting. I, for some reason, thought that the hub was actually going to be above ground, and they're not. They're below ground, which is actually pretty nice. But let's go ahead and slow down. Our passengers are coming in. I do want to check out the conveyor system. It looks like it no longer shows the actual bags going through the conveyor system, which is a little disappointing. I actually liked being able to see the bags traveling on the conveyor system, but oh well, that's no longer a thing. Let's see here. People are going through security somewhat well. No real backups. People are using the vending machine over here. It appears maybe people are using the snack kiosks. Let's see. Snack kiosk income 140 bucks. ATM income 5. And we do have our first flight coming in. People are going to be getting off. Are any of them gonna actually use the snack kiosks? Maybe one, two, maybe a couple. Nothing crazy. They're gonna come over here. They're gonna pick up their luggage, right? Let's actually double check that, make sure that the conveyor system is, nope, doesn't look like any of the bags. They're definitely not traveling on the conveyor belt, but they are popping out here, so we do know that our system works. Finally, took long enough, right? Everybody got their stuff, everybody should be happy, and we still have the 4,700 people. I'm thinking, let's see, pause real quick. This is scheduled to depart at 6:30. It is 5:08. We have everybody on board except for this one gentleman or female right over here. And it's going to depart in 82 minutes. So we are good. Let's go ahead and fast forward. Everybody's on the flight, and they actually left early this time, so that's nice. We could actually bump up our flights a little bit. We no longer need that much time in between flights, and we don't need to extend. Now, this is obviously for a flight that only holds 60 people. Now, if we had a flight that holds 400, I'm sure it'd be a little bit different, you know. But you know what, guys? I think that this is it for if this is episode 1 or if it's the continuation of the last series. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about the game. If you guys like the changes, if I did something wrong, what you guys want to see in the future if I do continue this as a series. If you guys enjoyed it, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you guys on another video. Motorsport Managers, the newest series on the channel. It's a lot of fun. I highly suggest you guys check that out. It's a like racing simulation management type game. Lots of fun, I promise. And Prison Architect is also a series that is up and running on the channel right now. Anyways, hopefully I'll see you on one of those videos. Until then, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.